this is really the question. Do you think that they will keep you on the air knowing that you're exposing so much, because it is all correct? And
Billy, our ratings are so high, there's nothing that can happen.
Will you, I'm telling you, and your guest there, Mr. Grimsley,
yep.
he is so on the mark, and is so on the mark, and I can tell you from my own testimony, my own witnesses, what I've seen is unexplainable. It's only been a few things, but I've seen a silver orb that I've wanted to just call in and talk about. It was there, and I watched it for, 5 minutes on a spring day 3 years ago. And then there was no one home that day, and no one next door that I could run and say, hey, look what I got. And then it moved so quickly out of my sight. It was like just what you can imagine, moving so fast that you just could not imagine it.
Well, what you need to do is get pictures of these orbs, of various orbs that are real orbs.
I have a monocular that I have watched these things that you speak of.
And what you need to do is get it up close, photo it, and examine it, and you will find a little spiritual or creature-type faces inside of the bubble of the orb. You'll see them appear.
Now, tell me about that, Ed. What do you mean a little creature in the bubble? Like a little...
like a little smiley face-like, or a little animal creature.
Is the bubble like a craft?
It seems like it could be a spiritual craft for a creature. I don't know where animals go when they die. I don't know where people go when they die, but I hear so many different things. But when you look at these pictures, whether it's James Gillian's pictures of bubbles and orbs around him, or Jose Escamilla's, or people are sending me in these, I get so many of them sent to me, the pictures. And, the pictures have little creatures in it, like a little varmint-looking creature, or like a raccoon face. Or they have like a smiley face, cartoon type of face. And all these bubbles of like as if you blew bubbles into the air with one of those little soap-making machines. Now, when they look like that coming back from somebody's orb experience, and I run them up and I forensic them on the computer and bring them in and zoom them in, there's little faces in there.
You're the reason why I haven't rushed up to Gilliland's Ranch, because I've seen 2 UFOs now. That was my quest and goal, and you saved me a trip.
Well,
I still have to get
maybe you should still go, because there's always room to learn.
I guess if one goes, should you bring glasses like yours, binoculars?
I would say that it would be a great advantage wherever you go to have them. He has one pair that I got for him. He paid for them, but I helped him get them.
Okay.
And basically, there's a lot of activity up there.
Let's go to Mike.
A lot of activity everywhere. So
Miami, Florida, we go. Manny, you're on Coast to Coast with us. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Manny.
I just had some idea that I've been on the chat lines with the other UFO chats, and I saw that sometimes they post to YouTube, and they video a lot of stuff, people, with their cameras, and I've seen some interesting videos, and I thought maybe he could do that. I don't know if he's done it or not.
What I've done is the YouTube has a lot of good things on it and a lot of bad things. I've talked to a lot of people about the night vision and filming UFOs and how to do it. And some of those people are filming through the night vision and doing some great camera work. But one of the problems is that I see some activity that they've filmed is spacecraft and things going on, or could really be real. But there's a problem, because a lot of them don't have the experience of the 12 years that I have of seeing what fleets look like and what flocks look like. And one is spacecraft and one is birds. And there's some great shots of flocks of birds, and somebody's in the background saying, this is this, and they're coming, and whatever. Well, excuse me, God, use your eyes. I mean, these things are jumping around, breaking formation. They're birds.
Well, I just saw one recently in Capbreton, France. That was amazing. And this guy probably had a tripod, and he probably was early in the morning, and it was a small town there, a small village or town, and he captured a disc in daytime. And you could see that he wasn't really, this was not a hoax or a fake. This guy really has a fantastic, a video. It's a minute, I think 1 minute and 1 minute 17 seconds. And it shows this, it's a disc, a UFO coming into the scene, and then it goes behind the buildings, and he captures it from underneath it, and you see him moving the camera with a tripod. He's not moving it up and down like most amateurs are. Yeah. It's a place called CAPBRETON, France, and you should be able to pick it up, if you can, and take a look at it. I'm
going to try to find it. In fact, my phone number's on the website now. Maybe you can call me later.
And what's your email address, Ed? Do you want to give that out?
Yeah, it's no problem. It's ed.grimsley@yahoo.com.
All right, and you got to put the dot between Ed and Grimsley, right?
Right.
Ed.Grimsley, GRIMSLEY, @yahoo.com.
Yeah, and my website is www.edgrimsley.com, and you'll see information on there about who you can call and talk to about night vision. If you mention my name, you'll get a discount on the night vision pairs through Mike, and I'd like to get Mike to sometime talk to the people and give them some good details.
Yeah, and explain a little bit how this works.
But on your situation there about the good footage and all that, I have a lot of good footage that I haven't released, and I'm trying to wait for the right moment and do it. My website has some stuff on it with an older camera. And it's not as good as some of the new stuff, but it's like Richard Hoagland's girlfriend, or
Robin, the significant other.
His significant other was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the day before I had just talked to this George Norrie guy on the radio, and we talked about UFOs and that he got to see them and that. And then the very next night at the Tesla conference there was about 30 people sitting around the swimming pool at the hotel that everybody was there. So we got out several pair of night vision, and people were sitting around talking, and George Gabori George Gabori got out his camera and took it up to one of my glasses and put a big screen out there. And we watched a few things go by.
On a bigger screen?
Yeah, on a great big screen. And it was, I think the screen's about 8 by 6 or something like that. And people were watching it and were relaxing, talking, and they're seeing what we're seeing. And all of a sudden, a big mothership, probably 200 miles up, pulls up, starts to slow up, just like the one did when I was showing you, George. It slows up, it comes to the stop, and I'm telling George to do it. Well, George is passing it, and he's thinking it's a big star.
Yeah.
And then he catches up on some flying out of it, and they're flying out, 200 miles high, flying out 2 by 2 by 2. It sounds like a Noah's Ark story.
That's remarkable. Ed, stay with us. We're going to take more phone calls when we come right back on Coast to Coast AM. We've got open lines next hour as we continue to follow this tragic story we've been following all night. The plane crash near Buffalo, New York, killing 48 passengers and one person on the ground. Very sad story. We'll be back in a moment. More of your phone calls with UFO Wars expert Ed Grimsley on Coast to Coast AM. And we're back with Ed Grimsley. Ed, these wars that are going on, you think they're being done with laser weapons as opposed to some other incredible piece of weaponry?
Well, I do see looks to be like a laser or a railgun type with a ball of energy sent out. And the ones that I see battling now appear to have a better range than the ones I saw in 61. They were firing in closer and not so far. And now I see them being fired at 3 times, 4 times